There is one more thing, or a couple of things I forgot to add. When you are after you're done copying your or backing up your PS2 games, if you happen to get a game where it shows just a bunch of numbers or things like that instead of the actual name of the game, once you've tested the game out, okay, and it works and everything, you can go ahead and actually change the name. All right, now you can delete the ISO that you created of the game, of the PS2 game. What you need to keep is, of course, the folder or the game that has the PS2 classics in brackets after it. Okay, so but the ISO you can go ahead and delete it. So the PS2 classics, okay, are pretty much all kept in the same folder. Now, if you have FTP, if you're connecting wirelessly to your PS3, then you would go into the HDD 0 folder, okay, and you would go into PS2 ISO folder. All right, now, if you don't have access to your PS3 via your PC, you can do it through Multiman. So if you're on your PC, you can follow along. You're pretty much going to take the same path. Okay, once you're in Multiman, go all the way to the beginning, the first column, and pick File Manager. Okay, and once you're here, you can go into PS3 root and double click it. And you'll need to figure out how to work this Multiman file system. Okay, it works the right, the R3 button, R3 thumb button is what moves the arrow around. Okay. If you press the left button on the D-pad, it's like a back button. Okay, the X button is like the left mouse button. Okay, so just you need to mess around with it for a little bit. Okay, but some things need to be double clicked, so you need to highlight them and hit the X button twice. Okay, so anyway, once you go into the PS3 root folder, then go ahead and go into the dev HDD 0 folder. Except it doesn't show as 0, it shows like a square. And double click on it. Now you're going to scroll down, okay, to where it says PS2 ISO folder. And once that's highlighted, you're going to double click it. Okay. Now here you will see all those. PS2 classic games you've backed up. Okay, and you'll have the name here. It'll say some numbers here at the beginning, but it'll show you the name of the game. Okay, and then. Or the name of the name of the game followed by the PS2 classics in parentheses. Okay, if you have any ISOs here, you can delete them. The ISOs are put in this same folder. Okay, but if you delete them through Multiman, they'll disappear from here. Okay, so once you've tested the game out and it works and you want to rename it, okay, you can go here, highlight it, and you can rename it. Okay, hit the circle button once it's highlighted, and here are your options. You can copy it to another folder, cut it out, delete it, and there's rename. Okay, pick the one you want and hit X, or you can hit circle to get out of it. Okay, and then you just rename it. Make sure that when you rename it, though, you always leave the at the end of it, always leave PS2 Classic just the way it is in the brackets. Okay. And this also needs to be there. At the beginning, there's some. It usually says PS2 C dash and a bunch of zeros in parentheses. Make sure that stays there too. It's a lot easier doing this from your computer via FTP. When you do it via FTP, all you're going to change is everything after what's in these brackets and everything before what's in these brackets. So everything in between, the name of the game. Okay. Once you've confirmed that, you can get out of it, and there's nothing else you need to do. All right. It will change when you go to your PS2 managers. You can also do this for PS1. Okay, so for PS1 it works the same way. The only difference is you will go into the folder that says PSX ISO, and you'll double click it. Okay, and then you'll have them all listed here, and then you can go ahead and change them. Right? Just here it's different. There's nothing in parentheses, so it's easier. You're just going to change everything, but make sure you don't change anything after the period. So if it says, if it says like Battle Arena Toshinden.bin, you can change the name, but leave the .bin there, or leave the .q there, or the .vm1, whatever. Leave the dot and everything to the right of the dot there. Just change everything to the left of the dot. All right, and that's pretty much it. And that's how you would change the names. Now, if you want to install